What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I got another special guest, Mr. Abdi. He's in the rideshare business as well. He do Uber Black and he's in the Colorado market. So this should be interesting. This is my first time interviewing somebody that's actually in the business similar to me, that's in like a different tier. This is not regular Uber. We strictly on the Uber Black side. So this is pretty cool. For the people out there, Abdi, that don't know who you are, could you please introduce yourself?
Uh, my name is Abdi. I started off doing Uber, and then I moved into doing Uber Black. I still do some comforts here and there, but I do TikTok. I do some videos, so it's the link is you are that Abdi. But yeah,
Okay, cool. So how did you first get into the Uber Black business and what made you choose Uber Black over regular rideshare?
the reason why I got into Uber Black was because this was during I started like during COVID, and then the shutdown happened, and then and then everything started opening up, and I was doing like 70 hours on Uber X. I was driving a Honda
Wow.
Elantra doing 70 hours, and then the tax information that Uber sends out, it said I did over $75,000, and then Uber took 25K of that. I was like, this ain't right. This ain't right. So and then I decided to look into Uber Black and then see what's out there, and that's how I got started on Uber Black.
Okay, when you made that transition and switch to Uber Black, did you notice an actual difference though? Since you mentioned you made 75K Uber X, like whenever you switch, did you notice like a drastic change whenever you switched to Uber Black?
Yeah, most definitely. I think you're lagging, or is it me?
Yeah, yeah, it
Mhm.
did. Like you good though. Go ahead.
Yeah, it is how would you say it? It is a significant change to Uber Black. I like it's for Uber Black is a little slower. You gotta wait, and then when the rides hit, they hit. But yeah, I was driving less. I was doing less rides, more money. That's how it was. Like instead of me constantly driving for 15, $20, now I'm like sitting around 31 hour, and I'm hitting 65, $70. And then, I throughout the day, like the most I've done is like 4 rides. Sometimes when it's busy, we hit 10. But yeah, it's a huge difference because from just the Uber X, I was like from a monthly, it was roughly 3 to 4. And then with the black, now I'm hitting 6 to 10K between there.
But with the regular Uber X, it's more quantity versus Uber Black is kind of like a set and waiting game.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like how you
So
saying
you
it?
just sit, wait. Yeah, that's because less rides, more money. And then with Uber X, you gotta do all the rides that you can do to make the money.
Mm. So you was one of them Uber Black drivers that sat around. You never really focused on like building a private
N-
clientele or nothing like that.
no, not at the moment when I was starting off. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna use Uber to do. But and then eventually, I did like, I wasn't like I was always told, like, hey, it's kind of like Uber's like frowned upon to promote your business to the clients that you're picking up. So I never try to offer my business to the client. I let them come to me. Like, hey, if they want my info, then I give it to them.
Perfect. Yeah, that's good. That's a good way. And you do that through like customer service, hospitality, nice clean SUV, how to, speak to people, body language, all of those play a role, of course.
Yeah.
My next question for you is what was it like running the Infinity QX80? Because I seen on your social media pages you had an Infinity QX80
Another 60 to
and
60. The quick track
no,
60.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, QX60.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No,
sorry.
no, you good.
The Infinity 60. So what was it like running the Infinity QX60 before the change, like after they took it off Black SUV?
Before I was getting the SUV rides. Most like nowadays, like the rides that we're getting to the airport were like SUVs, and then the match rides they be throwing at me is SUV rides. And then SUV disappearing, that means less black rides for me because now I can only just do normal Uber Black, and then the earning potential is not there anymore. So
Right. It's like having a medium-sized SUV. And when I first started, I had a Range Rover and I was capped because it's like other than black, what you gonna do? Comfort and X.
Yeah,
Now you gotta hustle on Comfort and X
yeah.
to make some money.
That's for the past week. I had to. I got to do what I got to do. I had to. I had to cherry pick on some X rides and some comfort rides just so I can survive because just doing the black is
Wow.
just it's just not it.
Okay, so what was the earnings like before though? Like before they took it off, how much were you averaging every day with the QX60 when it came to like qualifying for black SUV still
With the
compared to now?
So with the SUV, it's only been like a couple of days, so I don't really have the numbers for that yet. But with
Oh, okay.
with the SUV, I was ranging 4 to 500 every day.
Per day?
Yeah. So like when the rides hit, because the price difference is a lot more, and now the one thing that's really gonna hurt is since it's about to start snowing here. So when airport, there's delays. People are trying to go to Aspen, so I won't be able to get them SUV rides no more that pay a good change to take people up to the mountains. That's the only thing that's gonna suck.
Mm, I got you. So what's your strategy now though? Like since they did take off the QX60, like are you planning to build a private clientele? Are you marketing to sell people your service? Like
Yeah,
what's the
I just created an LLC. I just created an LLC. I'm ready to do that. Now I just got to get business cards and try to network. I was told I've talked to some drivers. They're like, yeah, go to like the smaller airports. Give your like try to make connection with the front desk people so that way like give them like a stack of your cards so that way they can pass them on to people coming in and out of the airports. So that's the goal right now, and then hotels too. So I was told, so I have to promote. I have to promote.
Gotcha. So what strategy before they took off the QX60, what was your strategy still being able to qualify for black SUV versus your strategy now? I mean, I know you can't go too much into the financial depth, but like as far as strategy, since you know you used to qualify for black SUV versus now you don't qualify, how are you taking that approach? I know you say you focusing more on like X and comfort, but are you working more hours now? Like, is there certain people you targeting?
With the X and the comfort, really, there's really not much. With the comfort, I can play around with the comfort, but with the X is just I'm not even. If someone's taking an X, I don't know. I don't know if I can. I don't know if they're gonna be like reliable for like client wise, because if you're taking an X, you're not really trying to pay a good. You're not trying to
Exactly.
pay to because you're taking an X for a reason. So
Correct.
yeah, for the X rides, I'm just like, all right, this is just a ride to get me back to where I just started, or I'm trying to go home and then I can't find anything. It's gonna take me home, and then that's all for X. And then for comfort, there's potential. They're thinking, they want the people that I'm picking up. They're like, all right, you know what, clean your car, and then network a little bit, and then they might become potential clients. Just try to ease them in to trying to become a client. But yeah, for the black, for Uber Black, I try to like every opportunity I get, like I'm not trying to like don't like I'm not trying to put it out there, but I try to let them like, hey, I'm doing this, like if you like you need a ride, or like, I'm just gonna say if what's it called they can't find a ride, and they they can hit me up and I'll pick them up because I got all the permits and everything to do that.
So in Colorado, they require like limo license, licensing and permits,
Yeah.
stickers in order to operate.
Yeah,
Same
the
thing if you went to
commercial.
like the Okay, I'm gonna get into that next. That's my next question, but I want to finish out on like your style. So whenever I used to drive with my medium-sized SUV, my strategy was leave black on first, start in the morning. If I'm not getting black rides, cut on comfort.
Yeah,
If comfort is super duper slow, which is super rare, I will then think about cutting on X because, of course, X rides are really like pennies on a dollar, right?
yeah.
So that kind of like your strategy now. You start with cutting on black first, then you move to comfort, and then X, or you just cut on everything and whatever you get, you take.
So on Mondays, I do black only. So I do black only, and then if nothing is hitting, then we move on to comfort, and then I know the city, so the city, if it's like right now with the government shutdown, like everybody's like iffy with the airports, so it's like the airport's not really popping off like it used to. So
Right.
right now it's like whatever I can get until the whole shutdown blows away, and then I can go back to just doing black. Today I've only done like two black rides, two black rides for
Wow.
like $60. That was about it, and then everything else was comfort and X.
Each ride was $60?
What was that? No, no, no. Just but together.
Oh, together.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How many hours are you putting in per day?
Today I put in 7 hours. And then
7 hours?
yeah, usually when it's hitting, I'm making money. I'm 12 hours. I think like my past videos, I'll be like, I'll be doing 12 hours. I think the most like 14 hours, the most I've made was like 1,200. I'll be like, if money is hitting, I'm there. I'm like, that's the time to capitalize. That's not like, it's coming in. I'm not gonna slow down. I'm gonna keep it going because it's not gonna be like that all the time. So I just keep it hitting.
So you made $1,200 doing a 14-hour shift.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Was that through, like, tips? Like,
Tips
how
and
did you
just
make
black rides. Tips black.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was great. And then there was, I think a couple of years ago, I did 14 and it was like on February, but it was snowing. So it helped like drive into the mountains and then got to ride out of the mountains. And then, it just all it just connected. But it was, there's good.
What's your take I got you. What's your take on the Colorado market? Because I know it's a totally different market than Houston, because Colorado is kinda I mean, it's still similar to Houston because people come here to tour the city, look at it,
Yeah.
but I feel like Colorado is more of that because, like you said, the snow, people wanna go to Aspen, they wanna go skiing, they wanna go snowmobiling. It's more fun stuff to do during the winter time. So what's your view on the market in Colorado right now? Is it profitable? Would you recommend drivers that live in Colorado to start?
I would like if So with the Uber Black, Colorado, I don't think it's the best market. It's not. I don't like to be honest, it's not. I think it's just too many drivers. I don't know if it's just too many Uber Black drivers, but it just doesn't hit unless like the city is popping or something is happening. Or like let's say it's snowing, then more people are ordering black rides more. But if nothing crazy is happening, it's super, super slow. So, but the one thing I could like, if you can get into the Uber Black business, is I would do it because so the reasoning is because of the commercial insurance. So Uber reimburses you for the commercial insurance. So it's not the same as them just taking the commercial insurance and then it like fluctuates. So that money that fluctuates is coming to you and it's a lot cheaper than what Uber would charge you to take each ride. So like on an Uber X, they take the commercial. It's like sometimes like, oh shit, $12, and then you do the math. It's like oh like I'm doing 10, 12 rides a day, and then if you do the math on that, that's more than what I would have on that commercial. It's like it's a lot less. You're technically saving money if you do it through an Uber Black account instead of just normal Uber account.
So Uber reimburse you for the commercial auto insurance?
Yeah.
Like through the ride? Could you
So
explain better? 'Cause I wanna make sure I understand this fully.
So when you have the commercial, so when you're doing it through your Uber Black account and you have the commercial insurance, they reimburse you for that because so they're not providing the insurance and the insurance is coming directly through you because you have to have that commercial insurance and then you're basically if anything happens is on you. It's like a
Correct.
business thing.
Of course, yes. It protects you and the passengers just in case
Yeah,
y'all get in an accident or you get in an accident.
yeah.
I never known they reimburse you because here in the Houston market, you don't get
Oh, you
reimbursed.
don't? Nah, that's crazy.
No.
Yeah, they reimburse you here. So I was like, okay, I was like, hey, I'll do it. I'll take it.
What that wow, I didn't know that. That's different for sure.
Yeah.
Might have to take a peek at the Colorado
Mhm.
market.
Might have to.
Commercial insurance is expensive, like, it's not
Yeah.
cheap at all. Who are you with, commercial
I'm using this app, well, not an app, like the company called Insure. It's powered by like American Business. It's you just look up insure.com and then you should be able to find them. They work with Uber Black drivers, so it's like I think they do most cities. So it's like I know like they advertise New York, Arizona, Colorado, and then it gives you the options for like other states. So yeah, that this is pretty. I think they're pretty reasonable. They don't really go based off like your driving record. It's based off
Mm.
like the your Uber history or whatever.
So it's really like strictly for Uber drivers then.
Yeah,
And how much are you paying per month with this commercial insurance?
for these guys, I'm paying 650.
Per month.
Yeah,
And what's the coverage with
the
that?
coverage is 500.
So 500,000. Wow. Is that 6 month or 12-month
A
term?
12 month. I think it was a
Wow.
deposit of like 740.
Interesting. Definitely noted. We with Progressive, so it's totally different.
So
Totally.
I tried. I was like, "Nah, I can't do," because at one point it's like I did some stuff. It was my brother's fault, but I took some fault for him, and then I just messed up my whole thing. And I was trying to go to Progressive, and they're like, "Yeah, I can't afford to pay 1200 every month, and then it's only like a 6 month term, and then you guys want like a PK deposit." I was like, I'm good. I'm out of here. I got to go find something else because
Find
it's not
something.
worth it."
Yeah, you're
Mhm.
right. Because sometimes Uber Black, and I'm glad I'm talking to you about this because Uber Black is not always busy. I always
Yeah.
tell people that Uber Black have its moments, have its hours. It might be busy for 3 hours, then it might be slow the rest of the day.
Yep.
So you're either gonna start private clients or you're gonna do comfort and X rides.
Yeah.
So with the QX60, not being able to qualify for Black SUV, what's the next steps for you? Like, do you plan on buying another SUV, or are you gonna try to like weigh it out, run up Comfort X rides, and then buy another SUV? Like, what's the plan moving forward?
Right now, I'm not in a hurry. I have one more year, so I'm gonna try to do what I can do to rack up as much as I can, and then try to get into something bigger. But until then, I'm gonna have to suffer on them. Just black and comfort and XL still qualifies for XL, so them XL rides and X rides. But yeah, it's just gonna have to save money and gonna have to work a little harder. So it's just I gotta grind hard now, so that way I'll be able to get that SUV to where I can just relax and just build the clients and try to use Uber as much as possible.
Right. So when you said something bigger, what do you mean by something bigger? Like, do you still plan on staying in the rideshare business, or are you saying like getting out of the rideshare business?
I wanna be able to get out. Like I wanna do my own thing. And then at the same like
Okay.
I'm like in between because when I was thinking, I was like, all right, so if I stay with Uber, like, they're constantly gonna be shaving and it's like it's their pricing. I might not like it, but it's what they got set up. So I was like, and then I was like, all right, if I do my clients, so that's money going strictly to me. But and then
Correct.
the one thing I gotta think about is like, okay, so if I do clients, I gotta make sure I'm available almost all the time. When the client calls, I gotta be there. It's like it's really not like, okay, so, oh, you're like no, it's like you wanna make your client happy, you gotta go out there and do the job. So that's the only thing is like you gotta make sure your schedule is like free almost all the time to be able to make your clients happy. And then with like
So you don't go
Mm.
ahead. Go ahead.
Like,
Finish.
instead of just, like, putting on the app and, just praying you hit something and then just go about your day, it's like, "Alright, you know what? I'm done," and then I don't have to worry about anything. And then with the client part, it's like, "Okay, I gotta hustle here," and then, gotta make sure if I wanna make that money, I gotta be available.
For sure.
Mm.
Each one have its pros and cons. You kind of remind me of Tip You an App, Levi. He don't want to build a private clientele because he don't want to be on somebody else's time.
Yeah.
I understand that fully, but to me, if I want to be as profitable as possible, building a private clientele make more
Yeah,
sense
100
because
100%.
kinda yeah, because you kinda on your own time in a way, even though you on somebody else's time, but you're getting compensated way more and nobody taking half of what you make.
Most
You know what I
definitely.
mean?
Yeah, I really I like that because just, like, I would just say there's a lady, she we 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 good people now. So like every time she's in town, she calls me, and then it's easy money. Like it's literally 11 miles. So for 11 miles, she gives me $100. On Uber, that would be like $20, 20-30 bucks on
Yeah,
Uber Black.
they gonna take majority of
Yeah,
that.
I was
Yep.
like, this is a lot better. Like I'm making $100 less than 20 minutes. It's like, and then Uber is giving me 30. It's like this is nice.
Got it. Got it. So me doing a little research on you, I see you got a growing social media platform, especially on TikTok. 55,000 followers. Was that like a goal of yours to like get monetized on social media and kind of like talk about the rideshare business? Because I know you mentioned getting out physically. Is that kind of like a part of like your next play, getting out, being able to be monetized on social media? You know,
I
do your
think
own thing, kind of.
for right now, the account that I have, I don't think I can try to see. I was thinking like, okay, use that account to try to get monetized, and then try to get sponsorships and stuff. But see, with Uber, I don't know how that could it's like I have to like transition, and then with the way TikTok works, I don't like I think I'm already known for the Uber guy, basically. So I can't really do anything outside of Uber if I want to use that same account. So I basically have to like rebranch, like make a whole new account, and then start like try to be available to everything else so that way I can get them sponsorships and monetization. But yeah, the goal was to like use Uber, monetize, and then like I've been in the creator reward program. It hits here and there when the video blows up, but it's not really the way I see it is like the Uber content is nice, but it's not what people really want.
Yeah. Yes. It's a small audience. It's a
Yeah,
small niche audience. But I wouldn't say you have to be tied down to that. I just say if you want to start rebranding yourself in a way, slowly start to add in different things that you enjoy or you want to talk about. Cause you can most definitely revamp your page. You got to understand some people followed you because they genuinely want to watch you or what you doing. So it's still a chance that you can revamp for sure.
yeah. Yeah,
1000%.
100%. Yeah, I've done like a couple of videos like what like randomly blew up. It's like okay, it just takes time, I guess. For like the one thing I got to get over is the discouragement. So I got to stop thinking about the views and likes and just do my own thing, like not even worry about all that.
Yes. I think that's most people downfall in the influencer social media spaces, views and likes, and none of that shit really matter because like whenever you monetize, you really not really gonna make money from monetization, unless you like strictly entertainment. Like
Yeah,
if you wanted to print money right now, what you should do is put a camera in your car and record all your passenger experiences
yeah,
and kind of like get the rage bait moments or like crazy moments. I guarantee you will build a massive following and you'll make money. So it's different ways how you can go about it for sure.
yeah.
But definitely interesting. Yeah, I'm glad to hear. So what's the cost of living in Colorado, man? I know it's a little bit expensive. What, you in an apartment house? What's the cost of
I'm
living?
in an apartment. I was like, yes, it's expensive out here, especially like since the whole I think Colorado was like one of the first like states to legalize marijuana. And then, everybody wanted to come here and they're like, oh yeah, like we got here and I was like, oh, this is a beautiful state. I want to stay. So everybody decided to come here. So yeah, it just skyrocketed. So it's all right. But I was like, if I was to say I'll probably move to Houston. If I was like to do it, because rent's cheaper out there, and I'm like, I see a couple of Uber Black drivers out there. I was like, yo, we about making the same. Might as well leave. Might as well leave Colorado. He's like, might as well leave.
Right. Because the structure is pretty much the same when it comes to Uber Black, the licensing, the permits. I don't know if y'all got to have any special plates on y'all cars, but we don't. We just need the stickers on our windshield. That's it.
That's yeah. We have to get like Liberty plates, but it's not really much of a difference. It's just a different color plate.
Got Are you networking with any other drivers out there, or are you pretty much like to yourself?
I've met a couple of drivers at the airport. I did know this one guy, but I don't know how he just disappeared. He had like his own company, and then like he called me here and there when he needed people, when he needed help. But I don't know what happened to him. Maybe it's because he didn't want the QX60 no more. That's probably what it
He
was.
didn't want the QX.
The QX60 no more. That's probably what it was. But yeah, I think I need to get out of this car and then like get into bigger cars, because I know a couple of guys that like always asking for help, but they want bigger cars. And then the QX60 is a nice car. The reason why I wasn't thinking about the whole expanding. That was like, but then I was like, and I realized, oh, it's too late. Now I got this car loan that I got to take care of, and then that is like, I was like, all right, and then I'm gonna tough it out, and then just push out. Hopefully the business is still popping, and then the the what is it, the self-driving cars,
Automotive.
the self-driving cars. Yeah, the
Oh, the
self-driving
robo
cars.
taxis,
Yeah,
the cyber
yeah.
taxis. Oh, okay.
Hopefully they don't come around. They're not like a thing until like 20 years from now or 10 years from now. But yeah,
But here's the thing, people will always still want people to drive them, man. Everybody not gonna be like, "Oh, cyber taxis, I want it." No, I think my prediction is, it's gonna be some incidents, and I ain't being like negative towards it, but come on, it's a self-driving car, anything could happen. They
yeah,
could run into another car. Even been already stuff happening where they running into like commercial trucks. So anything can happen, but I think 50% of people will still want to be driven by a human being rather than a self-driving car. So I think you'll be all right. And also you got to understand, as a luxury private driver, you selling your service, not just a ride. And some people in that tax bracket could afford that, and they would rather go with that rather than a
yeah,
self-driving car.
yeah,
So I
100%.
don't think the black market going nowhere. I just think as a driver, you have to learn how to bring more creativity and be different. Everybody says oversaturated. I disagree. I just think you got to come up with a new structure, a new system. You can't do outdated stuff
Yeah.
expecting new results.
Okay. Yeah. So something new. Gotta be different. Yeah. No, I hear that. I hear that 100%. Yeah. I used to do the extra stuff, but I just stopped. I was like, because most of the time is like, I used to what's it called, have water bottles ready and stuff, but most of the time, like it's like rare when passengers want water. It's just, but I think I got to get back to trying to make my passengers more comfortable and see how it goes. But yeah, I like to talk. It's like if the passenger want to talk, we can chat it up the whole way. And it's like most of the time when the passengers do want to talk, is like then those are like the best rides because you guys are talking the whole ride, and then it goes by fast, and then they really enjoyed the conversation, and then sometimes you can learn a lot of stuff. It's like
True.
with like
True.
it's just like, oh, like I didn't know about that, and like they try to throw a game at you too. It's like, hey, I think there was one guy. He's like, yeah, you can. He told me, it's like you can literally make like this car is like the car is not an issue. I think it's just the people that I was like been talking to is just they're not a big fan, but most of the people that I pick up, they really like the car. Is just I guess it all depends on the person. And then this car I can use it to make private clients, and then from there, the people that have been here with me, and then they grow with me. It's like, hey, I got a bigger car. We all in a bigger car now. So yeah,
Yep. Correct. For the people out there that's watching this video right now, would you recommend them to buy Infinity QX6?
I would if you're gonna jump. I see if I'm talking to myself back or letting people like putting information out there, I would say go with the bigger SUV if you can, because you get more opportunities with the SUV. It's like if you just do a midsize or a sedan, you're not really maximizing your earning. So I was like, if you can find a good, I was like, I'll even say some people are hating on the Ford Expedition, but I would go with the Ford Expedition. If you're making the same money, you're making the same money with the Ford Expedition. Hey, like it's a big car, and it's the Expedition is a lot cheaper, and it's a little more reasonable with the gas too, because it's a V6 instead of a V8. So yeah, I would go with the big
Got
car.
How much did you pay for the QX60 out the door?
It was 23.
23?
Yeah,
And
23.
what year model was
It was 2020.
So you on the last, okay,
Yeah, I
cool.
was like last
Dang, that's
the
cheap. That's pretty cheap.
last year. Yeah, I was like my thought was, all right, find the cheapest car that does everything. That's what was my thing. And then for like the longest, Lyft and Uber, there were the QX60 did SUV. I was like, all right, I like this. I can do SUV, but why try to get a suburban? And then and then like, all right, like this year, like, okay, yep, that's it. Is out. Is out. And like that's the thing. Anything could happen with Uber. So that's the other thing about getting the private clients going, because anything could happen. They can deactivate you for no reason, and then now you're out of money. So like while you have that time, I would just network, 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 try to get them clients. because
Gotcha.
Uber can change their mind. Like, yeah, I was like, okay, okay, they can change their mind last minute. Like, okay, yeah, the car don't qualify no more. Now you're stuck. Just like what's it called with the Tesla? I think it's the Model X. Is it the X or the Y?
Yeah, I think it's the
It's,
Y or X.
yeah,
Yeah, one of them.
one of them is like people spend 40, 50K. Now they're stuck with it. They can't do black with the car. It's like, yeah, but the car's gone.
Right.
And then I
Right.
just feel bad for the people that got it. Like now you got to do them comforts and an X just to survive because you got yourself in a car and Uber's like, all right, this car don't qualify no more. That's the one thing I
Yeah,
don't
you
like.
gotta
Is like,
gotta figure it out as a driver, you know. That's why I always say you kind of gotta like have a plan, a long term plan, not just in a moment plan.
yeah,
So you currently do Lyft too, right? Or you just do Uber?
I did. I don't do Lyft no more. Well, I do Lyft. Sometimes it hits. I just have the app on. If black hits, it hits. It's just not the same. Lyft don't be hitting like Uber does. And then right
I
now
agree.
they're just. I've been trying to update my information on Lyft. So since my limo permit is under an LLC, they're like, since it's not since it doesn't have your first and last name, they keep rejecting the paper. I was like, all right. So at this point, like instead of trying to get that commercial insurance reimbursement, I just gonna have to like just have it on normal. It still does black, just without the extra stuff.
But did Lyft take the QX60 off SUV too,
Yeah,
or
they did that
was it?
last year. They were like, yeah, they were Lyft was ahead of the game. Uber was just a little slow. Yeah,
Oh, Uber was behind.
yeah. Lyft was like,
I,
it's like this car needs to go
I'm a
now.
right. I'm gonna be transparent with you. Though. I think like it should have never qualified. You know, me being 1,000% because it's a small, large size
No,
SUV. So it,
I was confused too. I was like, hey, if it's doing it, like I might as well. But yeah,
yeah.
I totally agree. It's like, yo, it shouldn't be doing SUV. But I was like, because every time I get an SUV, I'm always like, don't cancel. I hope there's only like one because most of the time it's only one person or two. I rarely get more than four people. It's like the one thing that does really suck is that when four people come and then they're like all big, it's like shit. Now what we gonna do? It's like now what we gonna do? Because there's been a couple of times it's like they're a little bigger, and then I was like the seatbelt situation. How we gonna buckle up now? It's like yeah, that's the only thing about it. So yeah, I was like I'm kind of glad they
Well, we
took it.
got
I'm kind of glad they took it out. So this gives opportunity for the SUV drivers.
all right, Abdi. So we live on TikTok right now, and one of my people, Gmo, said asked him about his $700 ride. So could
Oh,
you talk about the $700? I guess it's a surprise or something.
oh, it's not a surprise. It's on my page. So this was a ride going to Aspen, Colorado. It was only supposed to be like 4 hours, but it ended up being longer. It took about a total of 12 hours. Just to get there was 6 hours. So it was like an extra 2 hours to get to Aspen. And then Uber added like 100 and some dollars. It was supposed to be like six something, and then they added a little extra because it was a little longer. But yeah, it was actually 900 because the guy tipped me 300. So when I
So he was by himself, or did he have a family?
it was just him. It was just him. He was meeting
Oh, you got lucky.
yeah, he was meeting people in Aspen. He was like, yeah, we was bonding. He bought me snacks. He's like, all right, let's stop at a gas station. He bought me snacks and everything. We was straight. And then it was like it was just like the highway being closed because of the snow. But yeah, it was really nice. I wish
At least
more
you didn't
rides were
get
that
caught.
good.
I know. At least you didn't get caught with four big people, and you know it's uncomfortable driving 6 hours.
Yeah,
You know,
most
at least
definitely.
you got
Well,
one
I
person.
was like, if like with even with that, they would have canceled. Like if like most people would have canceled, but I guess some people just like, you know what, just get me out of the airport. It's like because it's only a 30-minute ride, we can manage, but for a long trip,
What was the rudest experience you ever had? You know, like because the QX60 is a small, medium-sized SUV. So you ever got like people be rude, like, "Oh, it's small in here. We can't
I've
fit."
I've be catching a couple of strays like damn, like man, bro. Like, you can't wait to talk shit when you get out the car. Like, why you gotta talk shit now? And then there's been a couple of times like this car qualifies. It is a black car. Like, yeah, you're clearly you have driving it. Yeah, like we catching some strays here and there, but most of the time
That's
people are
funny.
respectful.
What's the craziest experience or craziest story you ever had? I gotta ask. I always ask.
The craziest, I think this was when I was first starting off. It was like an Uber X ride. It was like 4 a.m. I picked up these two ladies. One of them was super drunk. We got to the location. One of them didn't want to get out the car, so we were trying to figure out how we're gonna get her out the car. And then I was like, her friend just kept like nagging her like, "Hey, come on, we gotta get out. We gotta get out." I was like, I guess the girl she was comfortable. I was like, and then I got a passenger waiting on me, like, hey, he's blowing me up. I was like, hey, I gotta go to the airport. Like, what's going on? I was like, I'm trying to come, but this lady, she don't want to get out. And then finally, I told her friend, like, all right, you get her legs out the car, and then I will gently push her out, and then be like, we're gonna start doing that. And then she finally got out, and then she started cussing me out. She's like, oh, you fucking me. I was like, damn. I was like, I didn't do nothing. I was just glad it was the friend that was silver that ordered the ride and not her, because I felt like it was gonna be a whole different situation if it was her. Yeah, it was crazy.
So you actually pushed her out the car?
I didn't push her. I didn't push her. I didn't push her.
Oh, you didn't push her?
She got out eventually. Like I was ready to. I was ready to gently, because I told her friend, what's it called, to have her legs out, just so she'd be ready to get out, because like, hey, we've been here for 15 minutes. You need to get out the car. But yeah.
But why? Why she didn't want to get out though?
She was drunk. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know why drunk people do stuff. But yeah, she was drunk, and then she just didn't want to get out, and then she started cussing me out at the end. I was like, okay, cool. I just needed you to get out the car. That was it. Or
Have you ever had somebody throw up in your car?
oh, not in my car. No, not in my car. It was a Tesla, a rental. I was trying out the Tesla New Year's. This guy, he was, oh man, it's like when someone throws up, I throw up. I tried really. I was dying. I was like, I don't want to look back. I don't want to, because the guy didn't tell me anything. I was like, bro, let me know. It's like, now I know to carry throw up bags. It is the worst. I was like, thank God it ain't my car. But it is the worst. The guy didn't tell me anything. All I hear him is just him. So I was like, oh my God, this is the worst. Cleaning up. Never again. Throw up bags. If you can invest in one thing, get throw up bags, just in case. Just in case, because that was the worst. I can't do it. It's like, and in my
So
stomach, I can't handle throw up. Like if I see it, I start going. I was like, okay, now we have two people throwing up, and I'm not even drunk. I was like, I'm not even drunk. I was like, what's going on? Yeah, I can't do it.
so you so he threw up and then you start throwing up while he was driving.
I'm not. I was holding it in. I was holding it in, and then
Oh, you just holding it in?
soon as he got out the car, and then I was like, all right, I got to continue working. So I had rags, my bottle of solution, and I'm over.
Man.
I'm gagging. I was like, bro, I can't do this. I like, soon as I was like, I just threw everything. I was like, when I was done, I threw everything away. I was like, bro, I don't. It was the worst. It was the worst. And I was like, it is not, the $150 was not worth it. It was not worth it at all. Not one bit.
Oh, so Uber gave you 150 for the throw up incident.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it. I was like, no way. Should be a little more, because I almost died. Almost
But to
died.
be honest, I don't ever think them compensating you for throw up is worth it, because you still have to clean it up. That's disgusting.
Yeah, it was horrible. I was like, bro, this never again. So throw up bags is a must, especially if you're
All
working on
right.
like nights like New Year's or Halloween. You need them. Or if you're working
To
late
all the
night.
people out there watching, I hope y'all hear my guy Abdi. Throw up bags is a
Mhm.
must, people.
Yeah,
Is
like
a
if
must.
you don't want to stop in the middle of the highway to let someone throw up, because I think there was one time I picked up this girl. We like 2 minutes in, she was like, "Stop the car, stop the car." She opened the door and started throwing. I was like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, throw up bags is a must, because people get too drunk and then can't handle it, and then boom, that's it. Now the whole car's ruined, and then your night is ruined because you can't work no more. It smells like throw up back there, and it's just the worst."
Gotcha. Have you ever had to check anybody for like being disrespectful or entitled or anything?
Ah, shit. Have I? No, I have. I don't think I have. I've kicked somebody out before. It's like there was
Oh,
this guy. He was super. He was drunk. I don't. He didn't know what was going on. So I was like, I don't know if like if you ever had this happen to you, but when someone requests a ride and they put the address they're going to the same as the pickup. I was like, because I thought this guy just didn't want to walk because it said like point 0.3 miles. And then when we finally got in there, I was like, hey, it's like you put down the street. It's like we're not really going far. And then he goes, oh no, I'm supposed to go to Lakewood. I was like, no, I was like, hey, I'm like, it's a busy night, it's surging, and I'm like just sticking to 3 miles only. I'm not going above 3 miles. And the guy got upset. He for some reason he thought it was I was Airbnb. It's like this can't be no Airbnb. This is an Uber, bro. Like, he got all upset and
what?
slammed the door. Yeah, he thought I was an Airbnb. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna report you to Airbnb. I was like, all right, go ahead, do that. He was like, go ahead, report me to Airbnb. It was crazy. It was like a whole thing. But yeah, but then that was the only
Yo, I think we
time
we
I've
losing.
kicked somebody out.
Can you hear me? I think we losing connection.
Oh yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So I see your battery is low. We already 40 minutes
Mm.
in. If it's any advice you can give to the people out there that's, they watch us as influencers in this space and they want to learn, they want to get started. What's some advice you can give to the people out there that want to get started? And and I ain't trying to like say a specific market. I'm saying in any market that's want to start off as an Uber Black driver, whether it's investing into certain vehicles, having a strategy, a system, like what's some advice you can give from your experience?
For my experience, I would say learn your city. That's one thing. It's like learn your city, see what's happening, see what times are popping off, see what works, and then from there, if like if you're trying to jump in, and I would say take the risk because when I was first starting off for Uber Black, like nobody was talking about it. I was looking up YouTube videos. And then the only people I could find was a couple people, and they were in New York. I was like, nobody talking about it in other states. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna take a risk. And then I was like, it hit. I was like, okay, I like this. I like this. So yeah, like it's a risk. It's a risk you're gonna have to take. So risk, go ahead, take that risk, and then do your thing. And then when in doubt, the car. Just think the way I think about it. The car is just a tool. Don't what's it called? Don't worry about the miles. Like no matter what, the car is gonna depreciate. No matter what, it's gonna lose value. So
Oh, amen.
go ahead and just ship breaks. You're gonna have to have money aside, fix it up. But yeah, the car is there to make you money. If you take care of it, it'll run for a good long time.
Man, I'm so glad you said that. I don't know how many people I get in the comment section. What about the miles
Uh,
and the gas and the wear and tear? Like you buying a freaking vehicle for that.
yeah, like
Of course that's
you trying to work, you trying to make money. It's like you can't make money. The car is not moving. It's like
yeah. Like who keeps up with the
mm,
mileage and how much gas they putting in? All that is dumb to me.
yeah, it's like,
You drive a vehicle to make money to pick people up and drop them
and
off.
that's a
Who
tax
cares
write off
about
too. It's like it's a tax write off. Like why you don't trip about it. Let the miles rack up. You're making money. That's all that matters.
exact exactly, and like you said earlier, you switched to LLC, which is super duper important for drivers to do out there. Like if you operating under personal, you're not gonna be able to write none of that stuff off. You're gonna be taxed.
Yeah,
Oh, because of the profits. But if you operating under LLC, you're able to write off the gas, the mileage, the insurance, your phone plan, everything that have to do with the rideshare business.
yeah,
But a lot of drivers don't know that. So pretty cool.
yeah. It is. I was like, hey, it's like I was like, I need them tax benefits. I was like, I need them. I was like, I need them.
Yes, sir. Well, Abdi, it was a pleasure, man, hopping on here. Did you have anything out there else for the people that you wanted to say or anything else?
There's really not much. Yeah, just take the risk and then don't worry about the mileage. That's about it. It's like, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive out there. And you can't survive worried about miles. It's like the only thing I would say is don't drive super crazy to go pick somebody up. Unless you're getting paid good. Like if it's a client, it's like, all right, you know what? You had that set up. But if it's like an Uber, they're trying to send you like 15 miles to go pick somebody up for a $7 ride, don't do it. It ain't worth it. But anything else,
So
go
folks,
ahead.
So focus on trips that's actually worth your time, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, with that being said, to all my people out there, thank y'all for tuning in. It was a pleasure hopping on a live call with Abdi. All of this is raw. I never met Abdi before. This is my
I
first
just
time.
This is the first
Nice,
time. I was
cool
like,
guy.
uh, my man's like, he hit
First
me up. I was
time.
like, shit, like, okay, let's do it. I'm like, hey, I'm down. I'm down for it. I'm ready. He was like, let's do it.
Let's do it. Everything raw. I don't script nothing. This is just sat down, talk, see where you at, and yeah, it's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Abdi, for tuning in with us today, man. All the people out there, thank y'all for tuning in. I'll catch y'all next video.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.